You're my bestie for life. Yeah, you're the family I choose. Yeah, you. The end, but still the end. We can get through this together. But you're my bestie for life.
Welcome back. Hi, Sandy. How are you?
Good. How are you, Terry?
I'm good.
Good to be back. Good to be back for episode 5.
Yes, exactly. Starting to enjoy our seasonal weather here in Chicago. It's finally starting to get warm and summery.
Summer is upon us. I'm so excited.
I know. So excited. But today, you guys, we're going to talk about some things. I was thinking about this when I was trying to come up with something for the episode this week. And I was scrolling through social media and seeing things. And I just want to know, like, have we become as a culture too sensitive to just say things as is?
I mean, I think so. I feel like it's every day there's something new that we can't say or shouldn't say.
Right.
Where does that even come from? You know?
Well, I started looking into this because I saw, was scrolling through, like I said, I was scrolling through and somebody, I don't know whether it was TikTok or it was Instagram. I have no idea. But I saw somebody like write something about someone being unalive.
Right.
And not like, when did we stop being able to say dead? Like why? Like, well, I don't get it. Right. So I looked
crazy.
Into it.
Yeah. Thank you. I want to hear more because it's so crazy because I watch, you know me, I like all the true crime stuff. Right. And they say it all the time. And I thought it was because it's a YouTube like restriction. Like you're not supposed to say.
So that is where it started from.
Okay.
Unalive it's called algo speak. So like for the algorithm, it's algo speak. And basically people had to come up with coded language so that their videos could not get removed or demonetized by TikTok, YouTube, Meta, any of it, right? Which, the platforms automatically go through the system. They've got their own little AI systems that go through and flag posts, things like that. And but that stops for like a mental health worker who's offering education on their platform. They cannot say the word suicide without risking their content from disappearing, right?
So now because you just said that, is that going to be a problem for us?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
No, but that's what I mean.
I don't know.
I guess I don't understand like the.
I don't understand it either
because there are people on other podcasts that don't curse, don't talk about. You know what I mean? Like they're definitely very careful about their words, and we're not. So
no, we're not. I mean, I say the word "fuck" all the time on here. So, and as I just did now. But yeah, I mean, but people are like changing their words so they don't get it. I mean, honestly, when I do the social media for us, I won't put on there like, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about not saying the word, this, or unalive versus, the D with the XXD, like I'm not going to do all that. Like, it's too much work, for crying out loud. Social media already is too much work, let alone doing that.
I also think that the rules change along the way too. So like, how do you even keep up?
I mean, they do all the time.
Right.
Like they use SEGS, SEGGS for sex. For rape, it's now grape. For porn, they say corn. Sewer slide has been used for suicide. Now, here's the problem though. Like, okay, that's the algorithm. That's keeping it off of YouTube and everything. My problem is it is now extending off the social media platforms into real life where people are saying, oh, they're unalive now. they're dead.
No,
Like,
right.
let's just say they're dead. Okay. Like that's where I start going like, what the fuck
Do you
is
think
going
it's a
on?
trigger? Is it because it's a trigger for some people? I don't
People
understand.
do like, and that is where like you hear a lot. Oh, this trigger warning. Like I'm talking about something bad. Like I've seen that on social media posts too, you know? That's what I'm saying. Is it more of a sense? Has it become so? The culture become so sensitive
Yeah.
that you can't even talk about things that happen in life because they're sad or they're bad
Yeah.
or whatever? I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I know. And it's like using strong words, but not bad words. You know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
just think that it's everywhere, right? So like trying to take out the negative connotation out of it. And
Right.
but what are you saying? You're still saying the same thing. You're still telling,
Right.
yeah, so I don't know. It's so crazy.
I
So
mean, it's like people can't handle bad news.
no, I know. So speaking of bad news, like right in the travel industry, I'm just going to throw this out there. So one of the big bad words is delay, right? There's a flight
Mm-hmm.
delay or whatever. And a
Right.
nicer way to say that is, oh, the airline had a schedule adjustment. And does that make the anxiety less? You're still leaving later or whatever. You know
Right.
what I mean? So
Right.
does softer language actually help people, or is it just a way to pacify somebody? I don't know. I don't get
I
it.
feel like it's become a way to pacify people. I mean, there's one thing with the algorithms, fine and dandy, you know, if that's how it's got to be, that's how it's got to be. But why are we taking those, then using them in real life? Like, when did I'm upset stop being enough? Like, why does everything have to be a clinical word or a code
No.
word or whatever? Because people can't handle it, right?
Right. Right. It doesn't. I don't know. I think we came from a different time, right? And
Oh,
so I
totally.
think we talk about generations, and I do know a lot of Gen Z and millennials that are tough as nails and they can get through anything and they're not quite as sensitive. But I do think as the younger generations are more sensitive. They talk a lot more about their anxiety, about their feelings, about things that we didn't really talk about.
Right. Which I think is great. I'm not saying that not to talk about those things, but it's like they can't handle getting bad news.
Right.
Like everything's a trauma. Like I was traumatized by the traffic jam instead of, traffic sucks,
It's
it's
frustrated, right? I'm
it's
frustrated.
frustrating,
So,
whatever. But I do have to say, right before we jumped on here, my daughter and her girlfriend were here, and they are both 21, right? So they're like, "What are you guys talking about today?" And so then I'm like, "Oh, do I bring this up? Like, am I gonna get it?" And I'm just like, "Well, this is what we're talking about." And it's not just it's the algorithm thing, but it's the fact that people are taking these words now and using them in real life so they don't hear the bad, like the bad news, I guess, kind of thing. And both of them agreed that it aggravated them that that was happening too. Like it is one thing for the algorithm, but in real life, like why? Like why can't we just talk to each other? I love the fact that people talk about their feelings. I think it's a great thing because growing up, like our parents, at least mine, like we kept everything in. Like, don't make a big deal out of it. Get up, brush it off. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Which is why I'm always like, I'm fine. I'm fine. But I just feel that, I feel that people are more sensitive to like getting nobody wants to give bad news because they know it's going to hurt somebody, but I don't think being vague and using some made up words will help the situation. I'm a direct person.
right, right. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I am a direct person too. And I also don't like being vague, but I also want to encourage people to have their emotions. Like, just have your
Right.
emotions, but like deal with it and let's move on. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I tend to agree with you a little bit on that. But like, I don't know. There was a statistic that I saw that said talking about therapy on a first date literally increases the chance of a second date. What the hell? It says it signals emotional maturity. And I don't understand that because what?
I don't either. I know.
This must,
I don't either.
no, this must be more for young people, I feel.
Right. Well, and again, I feel like, because again, research looking into all of this has shown that people are more likely to get what they want when they use quote unquote therapy speak versus plain language. So they're actually, getting a social reward for doing it. So we've trained, I think, younger generations to do
Yeah.
this, which is, I think, bad. Like, I'm not a vague person. I don't like gray area.
Okay.
I like black and white.
Me too, but let's play devil's advocate for a minute because
Okay.
not everybody is like us, right? And what we have
Right.
learned in life is that we should, we should kind of listen and consider other people. So is there value in having better words when we're discussing somebody's emotions or our own emotions? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I think, well, I mean, I don't know the exact answer, but I feel like when I have to have a difficult conversation with somebody, it's more, I think, the delivery of it. Like, I'm going to give bad news here, and I have to give bad news here, but it's the delivery of it. Am I going to give it where I'm going to make you sound like the most horrible person and everything you do is wrong and all of that? No, because I'm not out to hurt you, but maybe I need to talk to you about this because it's affecting your life or affecting my life or, in a bad way. So let's talk about it. And I then try to say, this is how I'm feeling. This is happening, and this thing that's happening is affecting me this way.
Yeah.
I try not to, make it where I'm putting them on the defense. Right. I think it's the delivery of it.
Right.
You can use.
Yeah, you can use better words. You can have empathy. It's more about the approach than it is the words you're using, right?
Right.
I mean, but I guess they go hand in hand.
They can. I just feel that if somebody's died, I read somewhere that a teacher, a mom, I don't know where I saw it. It was like on social media somewhere, right? A mom was commenting on the fact that one of her kids' classmates died in a car accident. Horrible situation, right? Horrible. And it went out from the school that they wanted the parents not to use the word dead, but that the child was no longer with us. And the child came home confused. Like, what do you mean they're no longer with us? Where are they? Blah, 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 blah. Instead, and the mom said she just told her child he died. There was a car accident. He died, And I'm along the same lines. I know when my mom passed away, my son was 4, and my mom didn't want him to feel like she just went away, like and she doesn't want to be with him, So I had to sit my kid down and explain how she died. And it was the most difficult thing I had to do, but I wanted to be as direct as possible because it's a part of life, It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Absolutely, I agree.
I just feel that
should you have said back then, if we had the word unalived, would you have used it?
I would never use it. I will not use that word now.
And would your child
and if you're going to ask me
it?
Well, yes, because this is part of the reason why I'm talking about this. So I have 2 kids, my older child and my younger child is my daughter, which I just spoke of, is 21, and my son, it'll be 24 here in a couple weeks. And we laughed. My daughter and I kind of giggled because I don't know what we were talking about. And my son, is talking and he's just like, yeah, they're unalive. And but like, what did you just say? Like, I don't get it.
So
I don't.
he uses it. Wow.
He used it, and I'm like, no, no, no. Like they're dead, and I mean, like, oh, you mean they're dead? But is that what we're talking about? Death? You know, I know you know about death. We've talked about death, and you know, I try to be empathetic, but I'm like, it just, you know. But when it comes down to it, when you know, I have a conversation with someone, I try to use. I'm always going to use words that I just use. I'm not going to use words that therapy words if I don't use them. And I
guess
just, and I would.
People, yeah, but I guess some people might actually like respond better to the gentler language, especially the younger kids, I guess.
Right, right. I mean, if there's a conversation happening with me with somebody using or talking as that, I mean, I will just be like if you and I, like if you're mad at me and you start talking to me like that, I'll be like, what, are you mad at me? Like, tell me exactly what I did. If you know, and I always say, like, if you don't want to be friends with me or you don't want to date me, just tell me straight out. Tell me, because I'm not the vague person. Like, just tell me head on. Then I know how to handle it. I know how to handle it. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I mean, yeah, I'm going to be sad, but I have to be able to deal with it.
So that's how I feel too. I guess. Okay. So here's the medium point. In my mind, this is how I'm processing, is that I think that for us, if they're approaching us, use whatever the fuck language you want to use, right? Because we want to hear it. I am more of somebody that would respond better to the hard truth than and the harder language, because that's how I grew up. But if we're approaching somebody a little more sensitive, there might be an occasion where we have to use more sensitive words, right?
Right. We have to read the room. I think it comes down to reading the room.
It definitely depends on the person, right?
Right. I mean, I just, you know, well, anybody having a conversation with me, if there has to be discomfort in that conversation, we're going to have it. Like, we're going to be discomfort. I mean, I'm not going to I'm never rude about it. I always, because I never want to intentionally hurt somebody. And if I know the subject's going to be difficult for them to take in, I will like be steady about it and, you know, careful and cautious, but
no, I agree.
We're going to have to have it.
It's really interesting that you make that point, right? Because we've said this before, that we enjoy direct conversation. We don't enjoy abusive conversation. And we are both probably the most respectful people, especially when we're having a hard conversation. So like, I would never think that you would come at somebody intentionally harsh. You know what I mean? But I think, especially when you're talking to somebody you don't know, or a younger, I hate to keep saying younger because that just puts everybody in a box. You know what I mean? But somebody that you really anticipate is going to be more, that will respond better to a more sensitive approach. But no, I tend to agree with you on the directness, but direct does not mean abusive or harsh or ugly.
No, I agree with that. That's not what I mean by any of that. I just, you know, give me the facts straight on and whatnot. Yeah. So I agree completely.
Okay, so really quick, I have to tell you about something I'm genuinely obsessed with right now. You guys know we don't just throw stuff at you. So when we tell you about something, it's because we actually love it. And it is called Deutsch. Snacking dough. Yes, dough, like cookie dough, but you can eat it straight out of the container with zero guilt because it's protein packed. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, and plant-based. It is the snack I didn't know I needed in my life. If you've been looking for something that actually satisfies that sweet craving without the crash, this is it. Go check them out at deutschfoods.com and use our code NRNR20 for 20% off your order. That's DOICHFOODS.com and use our code NRNR20 for 20% off. You're welcome in advance. Okay, back to the good stuff.
All right, it's your turn, guys. So let's ask our listeners, Sandi, what's a word or phrase that's been sensitivity swapped and that drives you crazy? Like mine is unalive, instead of just saying somebody died. Or flip it. Has softer language ever actually helped any of you get through something hard? We want to know. Drop it on our community board on newroadsnewrules.com, on our Instagram page. We are now on Threads, everybody. We've got a Threads
check us out
account. But yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Is it just us? Like, tell us if you think we're wrong. Yeah. You can be direct with us. We're not going to get offended. Like, be direct with us. Tell us if we're wrong.
That's what this podcast is all about, right? Like, this podcast is to explore other people's, like, how they feel about these subjects too.
Exactly. It's not just all about
majority. Us. Yes. No. I mean, as much as we'd like it to be.
Right. Exactly. But it's not.
Let's go to rule of the week. Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Yes.
Mine is, okay, so this is just mine, you guys. Take it for what you want. Soft words don't make hard things easier. Honesty does.
I think that's great because I also think direct is not the same as harsh. Say what you mean, be kind about it, be honest, and be clear about your feelings. So I think they all work hand in hand there, right?
Agree, 1,000%.
All right. Well, we want to know how everybody feels about this. It was just something I saw and I thought, hey, why not? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, no, I love this subject because there's so much more. And I bet if we did research, we can come up with like 1,000 more emotionally therapeutic words that are being used every day. Right. And is it the social climate? Is it it's a bigger subject, I think, than what we're even saying.
It probably is, but it's also summer out, so there was only so much research you were going to get out of me on this, Sandi.
No, I hear you, and I also feel like we've touched on it enough. Let's hear from our listeners, our roadies. We love them.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, this is it. We'll see you next week on New Roads, New Rules.
Bye, everyone.
But you're my bestie for life.